Yes. We're here. Today is the day. What day is that? Get to bring you into the allotment. Get to see all the lovely works we've been getting into for the last, 4 months. I don't know, if I feel like it, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some of the pictures from before. This editing and all that. I don't really like all that editing and stuff, but I'm gonna see. So yeah, I let Emily come through and tell you, because this allotment journey started with her, really and truly. So yeah.
Well, I've had this allotment for quite a few years now, and it's a big allotment. There's a lot of space to it. And over the last couple of years, somehow I stopped looking after it. And I was on the verge of letting it go, because it was too disheartening to do some work and then it was never enough. The weeds would overtake, and then there was no enthusiasm into taking care of it anymore.
Yo, for those that aren't familiar with gardening, or those that are just new to gardening, go a little bit more into the whole weeding and what has to happen. Like, people just think like gardening is just like you just drop your seeds and then like, that's it. You just grab the food
it's
after.
Nothing like that. It's not. It's that's a tiny portion of what it actually looks like. Because even weeding, depending on the type of soil that you've got, and this is like, we have compact soil here, weeding can become like a real nightmare. It's off-putting. By the time you're done with weeding an area, then it's time to weed another, and when you come back to the one you've previously, it's already time to weed again.
And if you cut the grass, if you cut the grass and trying to get that area, a particular area ready, to plant stuff in, then you got to turn up the soil. You know what I mean? You can't just drop the seeds right there in the soil. You got to turn up the soil. You got to break the ground, do all that type of stuff
to loosen it a bit. Otherwise, the seeds have got no chance to go.
Because they got to fight through this hard soil. So that takes a lot of work. Just breaking the ground.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have any of the tools of like big machinery. If you're just doing it by hand, just a hoe and just.
Well, the tools, but the determination and the time, because to be honest, spending 2 hours here and there, it's never going to be enough. So it's not enough.
So 2 hours a week, 2 hours a week in allotment, like.
Give up your allotment if that's what you can do, because it's not. There's no point.
And if you're thinking about that, like that 2 hours a week, like, breaking it down into like, 20 minutes a day or something like that, you're crazy. Like,
yeah,
crazy.
No, it's not sustainable like that. And so, it became unsustainable for me. Even having asking a friend here or there. That's the thing. It's like, they'll help you for half a day or for an hour. But what you need is commitment, really. And it's the commitment that people can't or aren't interested in. Except some people.
You know what? Let me say everyone loves the idea of gardening and getting your hands in the dirt, and like, it's like, oh yeah, grounding, earthing, oh wow, yeah. Oh, I can't wait to come. Let me know whenever you need help. I'm ready. Like,
yeah. But there's a reality element to it too.
People be full of shit.
It's like someone saying, I'll look after your baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody really wants to look after your babies.
No, of course not.
Nobody wants to look after your stank babies.
No, like
You know what I'm
two
saying?
hours is enough, and you're happy to hand the baby back, right? Well, it's the
Yeah.
same with the gardening. So
Yeah, I had loads of heads. Yeah, yo, I'm gonna come through hands on it. Like, yeah, right. Like, you have no idea. Like, you see the little videos here and there, like, oh wow, it looks so magical.
and it
But
is magical,
it's magical as well. But
but
there's hard work in it. So imagine like, oh yeah, thinking that in your head you're just gonna come down over here and you're gonna pick strawberries and raspberries and we're gonna frolic like, but like now you're fucking just digging through dirt, building shit, for hours, moving this and moving that here, moving that,
building and
and building and
unbuilding
unbuilding
and
nah,
leveling and carrying heavy stuff
yeah.
and working under the rain and the wind and the heat and no, all of that is like real stuff. It's real stuff, and some projects can feel like they're never ending, but I know they are wrapping themselves up, and also there was a purpose. Now, with all that story of feeling disheartened and unmotivated year in, year out, that's the reason why so much work went into the allotment this year. So in terms of what we were able to grow this year.
Hold on, she's moving quick.
Oh, am I?
Let me go into the building. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I'm really talking to all my new gardeners, my novices, and stuff like that. We don't have any fucking idea what we're doing out here, right? But we still have an idea of what we're doing out here, if that makes sense to you, right? We're cool with fucking with experimenting, allowing our creativity to spill out into the works that we do. Do you know what I mean? As well. So coming on here, you heard her talk about like, just the whole frustration, disheartening side of weeding and having to, plow your ground, get your ground ready and all that, year after year, year after year. Yes. Looking after it. And if you're looking after it by yourself, yes, it's hard work. It is hard work. You know what I mean? So all of those things. So that being said, coming on here, while everybody was planting their stuff, you know what I mean, and all that, we were fucking just tearing shit down. You know what I mean? Literally. So coming on here, yes, I've grown stuff over the years and familiar with growing things. Yes, on a level, not all things, no, but yeah, here and there on a level, yes. I just said, okay, coming into gardening now, coming into this allotment, all right. I always like to think about the ways, what's the best way to go about it? You know what I mean? What's the particular issues? You know what I mean? Okay, the issue was, damn, the whole weeding. Like, weeding takes a long time, turning up the ground and all that type of shit. Like, okay, well, let's go ahead and do our own research and find out what some other methods, some new methods, garden methods that they utilize now. Not just relying on the traditional ways of things. And once again, this is very much what we normally fucking do, or what I normally do anyway. Look at how to approach things in a better way, like be more effective with it. So this goes into your study. Remember, I know people out there like, oh, how did you approach it? You don't have any idea, but you know what? YouTube. I'm committed with it. So hands-on experience plus doing your research. So daily, I would watch YouTube videos of gardening. I'm talking about daily. It could be 2-3 hours a day, just really, getting really into the subject that I'm studying while being out here hands-on as well. And then after watching enough videos, start coming across this no dig method. So it was no dig slash some 12 square foot gardening technique. So someone was talking about square foot gardening technique, and I think it was James of Food Forest, James Prigioni, of Food Forest. I think he mentioned the book and how that book changed his life, you know what I mean, written in the 70s. So I was like, yo, I like what the dude always has to say and how he approaches his garden. So looked up the book, you know, didn't take time on it. It's like, oh, it's a fucking book on gardening. I don't have no books on gardening. All right, let me get one. That's it. That's all. That's all. And from there, guess what? I read the book. Yeah, I didn't just get the book and leave it there and just, yeah. No, I immediately read the book while continuously watching the videos and then getting the idea of like, okay, what it is that we're trying to do over here. Okay, so square foot gardening method, you know what I mean? I like the approach on it. Like, instead of looking at this big piece of land and like, oh, I got to throw tons and thousands of seeds over here and wait for this. And then once some start going, I'll pull up the weak ones and then leave the other ones in it. And it was like just some crazy shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, okay, with everything, even whether in yoga, nutrition, life, whatever the case it is, oh, hold on, let's simplify real quick. Let's simplify. So the whole idea of, instead of just looking at your whole garden, just taking it in square foot sections at a time and just dealing with that.
Just that so that it's manageable.
It's manageable.
And it looks neat. And yeah, like you see, like it all ties up to like, you know, like managing the unmanageable. Yeah. Because that's what was the real put off.
But managing it, but managing it, but using 75% less space while still getting more yield. Yeah. That's the idea. Also, yeah. So just knowing that already, I was like, oh shit, that's a no-brainer. Because imagine if we just use 75% of the space that we normally use, but we still produce more. You know, we could utilize more of the ground for other stuff. The whole ground doesn't have to be dedicated to just growing like everybody else is. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so let's think about this space, this allotment space, as more of a multi-purpose area, not just for growing. Because when you look around, people only have stuff growing on the land or grass and lots of weeds.
Not, you know what I mean? Everyone looks after, because it's hard to look after it, even for people who've got time.
But this is going to be a long, in-depth video. So if you don't give a shit about gardening and you think this is going to like slide through into like mushrooms and this whatever, no, it's not. It's just going to be about gardening. Do you know what I mean? So all the way through, you know what I mean? So yeah, I didn't do a whole bunch of videos, you know, detailing the stuff. So I just want to do one long one, you know what I mean? Yeah, hate it or love it. So that being said, just being under here is a great plus. Like, this was not here. You know what I mean? No. This was not here, but that's towards the end of the video.
A lot of work went into this.
Yeah.
That spot.
Let's have I'm gonna bring y'all outside. We just have a look from outside, and then we'll just start little by little. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll let Emily run into what is being planted, or should we leave that? Leave that for later.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, let me spin y'all. I know it looks like we got a whole bunch of ghosts or some shit on here, but those are those
because that don't want you to see anything.
Yeah, right. No, some protective netting. But all right, give me a second. Yeah, so there you go. That's the full deal. So hopefully I could slide in the picture, but before this was like, you know, it was just all grass. Like it was looking like well, it wasn't looking like this, but it was just
See, like the front mess.
You see like the front?
That was it everywhere.
Imagine like that, yeah, everywhere. Just everywhere. You know. But yeah, I think I gotta do justice and drop y'all some edits in here so you can see what I'm saying. But yeah, so let me come in front the cam. Let me double check real quick. I'm in the shot. Yeah. So we're talking about a no dig, right? Let me just go ahead and take y'all off of here. So yeah, no dig. Just it's what it sounds like. No dig. So not digging up the external the existing earth, right? Just leaving that and just letting it do its own thing, you know what I mean? Do its own thing as like just what I don't remember the word for it, but just build back up the nutrients, you know what I mean? Build back up the nutrients, because you really shouldn't be just planting on ground like nonstop. And this ground is, even though a lot of people grow lovely stuff out of here, this ground is it's a hard ground. So what basically happened with this? So leveled out the complete land, leveled out everything. There was a big composting pile over there, you know, where the platform is. So leveled out everything, which that took about, holy shit, hold on, come on down here, come on down. It wasn't meant to be like this, but what the, damn it, what, come on down here, what do we have here? Yo, you're looking at this shit in real time. I said this wasn't gonna be anything about mushrooms, but what the hell?
Nature has got its ways.
Yo.
And a little bit more
Yeah.
over here.
Oh, that's lovely. This is lovely.
Right.
This couldn't be any more spectacular.
Or special, really, for us to have them little shrooms growing on our plot.
That's
it was meant to be.
It's a sign. It's a blessing from the mushroom gods. Sorry, that was, I don't know.
Happens. He's got these things every now and then.
Yeah, it's a Jim Carrey moment. Jim Carrey.
Multiple aspects of his personality.
So, back to seriousness. Damn it. Like I was saying about the no dig. Thank you very much. Before I was rudely interrupted by the growing mushrooms on the plant. So yeah, we didn't use. We're not touching the existing soil, so it stays under there, like just doing its own thing. You know, the worms are going wild. Everything is like it's just doing its own thing. You know what I mean? So what we did was didn't want to have to deal with the weeding, right? The weeding and the cutting of the grass and all that shit. We both wanted just mulch, like wanted to take care of that altogether. So once we leveled everything out, then which that alone took about, you know, fucking 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It was a long time, you know. So I can understand why people don't do it, because there's a lot of work just to get into it. You know what I mean? So once we leveled that out, then we put cardboard. Pull cardboard down, a whole bunch of cardboard, because, you know, that's gonna help you know, suppress any weeds from coming through and the grass from growing in that area and all that. So I actually did double. Don't care what y'all think. Did our own shit. Pull cardboard. Then after the cardboard, we still put a weed suppressing fabric down, you know. And then on top of that, then mulch. Started really laying in mulch. I'm talking about, we had 2 truckloads of fresh mulch, you know, from fresh wood mulch chippings from different trees, whether it was like eucalyptus, plum, pear, you know, it's all in here. So this is actually, you know, let me really take y'all in here, you know. I like when I see people, when I see that in the videos, like they really take us on a little journey, like, you know, yeah, come here. Because a lot of times y'all just stay on the tripod, right? Oh, Adele took her shit. Did Adele take the good one? I'm just gonna go into the mulch real quick. Let you see how much mulch this is. Let's go from right here. All right, let me close. Right, you see that it was dry, complete dry outside. I just start going down. It's already going wet. How far am I going down?
Check out the depth.
Still going. You see?
Okay, so we've reached the top now.
You see, that's the barrier there. So I got about 4 to 5 inches thick of mulch. Normally they're saying, I have no idea, but they said 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches, of mulch or whatever the case, will be able to suppress any weeds or grass from growing through. So I just say, yeah, let's get more than that. So yeah, it's nice and deep.
And it's also like great to walk on. It's a bit like bouncy and like.
It is.
It feels like it's like a really thick layer. It's great.
It's nice. It's real nice.
It's almost like playground stuff.
Yeah, it is lovely.
It's almost bouncy like that.
And another great thing about having the whole area just with mulch on it, we'll never get waterlogged. There's no way. Like we've had tons of rain already, and people's plots are mushy, it's muddy and stuff like that. Right here, it's like the water just goes right through. It's great for, well, what's the word?
Draining.
For drainage, yeah, the drainage is great. So you just think about it, yes, it rained some last night, but top's already dry.
Well, really, come on, it's been raining a lot.
This is England.
We've had a very wet June, July, whatever, and we're okay here. We don't even have to wear boots anymore.
Nah, and I'm very particular about dropping any nails or anything like this. So if you wanted to, yes, you don't have to wear anything. You could walk around here barefoot. Really, it's soft like that. You know what I mean? So that's just a big plus to be on that. And the children love it. You know what I mean? Running around here playing. It's yeah, you could just see everything much better. You know what? Not having to worry about, oh, great, in 2-3 weeks I gotta cut the grass because it's gonna be growing over here and pulling these weeds. No, none of that. Right? So what did I learn about the mulch? Yeah, mulch is cool. I guess always aim for your fresh mulch, wood chippings. You know what I mean? All around the world, we got people that cut down trees, and you can see them on the side of the road, just putting those trees into a big machine, turning into chips, breaking it down. So if you got an allotment, or if you even have a garden and you want some mulch, you could just stop and ask those people, hey, do you need someone to dump your mulch? And you could get it for free. I got 2 truckloads. Truckloads.
It is worth for you to drop the pictures just for you to realize the amount.
I'm gonna do solid. I'm gonna edit this. Yeah. So, but I already seen it. But yeah, it's so getting that fresh mulch is great. You know what I mean? Started off buying a whole bunch of regular mulch from the store. That does have a whole bunch of chemicals in it. So we didn't use any of that mulch in our actual beds. You know what I mean? We only used the fresh mulch that we actually got in the bottom of the beds, with the organic matter, because you don't have to fill up the beds with just straight soil. But I guess we'll get into that. I'm going in little by little. So yeah, that's the mulch. And then what we did after the mulch, the beds, getting the beds together. Very simple. Get whatever wood that you have. You don't need to OD about the sizes and all that shit. Who cares? I've seen people with raised beds without using any wood. They just made the mounds. They just made the soil raised. That's it. So slap some woods together. I wasn't concerned about the size. But if you are following the square foot gardening, if you have the book, or if you're going to get the book, it outlines every last thing, step by step by step by step. So some steps I will follow, some steps just did my own thing, and or whatever the case, you know. But I'm gonna let Emily go ahead and start telling you about what's in here, and then we're gonna jump back into some of the building, because some people might not give a shit about that. You just want to hear what's growing. Hold on.
Well, okay, so we have all sorts growing here. I'm gonna start by this one. In this one we have salads. See the salads there? We've got some mint at the back.
Okay, let's start from this one.
So this one here?
Yeah.
All of this here at the front is coriander.
Oh.
And it likes its environment. I can see it.
Yep.
So
this was put in here about
a week ago maybe, and already it has grown. Over there is a couple of different mints, but they're together in the same square. And I think, but I'm not sure, that this one in the corner is a cucumber.
Let's go over there real quick. So yeah, why are we planting? Why are we planting now? Oh yeah, people are, yo, you shouldn't plant now. Oh, you know. Hey, who cares? We were too busy doing all this stuff, you know what I mean, for the last 4 months. So right now we planted stuff. We planted stuff just so we could just get the tail end of summer and just produce some crops that we could eat right now. You know what I mean? When I say eat right now, I'm talking about harvest over the summer. You know, over the next whatever 6 to 9 weeks.
Yeah. So here we have peppers, sweet peppers. So these little plants there are sweet peppers.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So you see the neatness, like of a square foot garden, like each square depending on what you're planting, you know, depending on what you're planting has a particular size. So if you're doing like a cabbage, like one head of cabbage, like the growing space that it needs is probably one whole square.
Yeah, the whole square for itself.
You know, for itself. But if you're doing something more like
leeks, for example, it's like it can hold.
Leeks can hold tons.
Like 12 per square.
You know. So it's like it's based on the actual plant. You know what I mean? So it has good great little tables in there, charts. And we just put these on. We just put these on yesterday. As far as the netting, you know, use whatever you can. Like a lot of the stuff on here, we sourced ourselves. We got from
it's a recuperation.
Dumpsters we found on the corner of the road. Like I'm talking about resources.
Yeah. Spend as little as possible and use as much resources around you as you can. And
as far as what we're rich in, like, is our time. Our time and energy is what we really invested into. Everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that still is a cost.
Okay. Well, this one from salads.
That's salads there. That's still salads there. So yeah, the reason I was saying we put this on. Show them why we put it on.
Why we put it on? Okay.
Why we put this netting on. This was actually like her little princess bedding thing.
Yeah.
It's like a net for her bed that she wasn't using anymore. So
yeah. So that's been transformed to this. Now it's got a real purpose. Okay. So in here there's more salads and some black kale.
Okay. So this is the reason why we put on the netting.
And let's
you see what happened to the black kale?
So the black kale should look like this. This is what a healthy black kale plants should look like. And that's how those over there were looking like. So looking so good, in fact, that all the birds thought that they should come and help themselves.
Yeah, motherfucking birds, like,
Yeah.
They lucky I don't eat birds. Like they lucky. Fuck that.
So yeah, it became urgent to just shelter them, just to give them a little protection.
So I guess it's like, yeah, we give thanks for nature and all that, but yeah, out here in Allotment,
Uh,
you're fighting
you you
everything.
you you are fighting, like, at the end of the day we're growing food,
We're growing
and
food.
we're growing food because why? We want to eat it.
Yeah.
So if someone else or another being eats it, then I'm not happy with that. Like, it's a lot of work, it takes a lot to be able to come to that. So I don't want, no, I'm not planting this for the birds. Like, the
Yeah.
birds, they've got plenty of other things that they can eat.
Not planting it
So
for the birds, not planting it for the foxes,
no.
not planting it for the field mice, not planting you know what I mean? Plant it to eat.
Yeah, exactly. To eat some organic, healthy food, homegrown food. Yeah, that's what I want.
Hold it real quick. So that tells me. And you know what? I just want to put that on. What's very important as well. What we're doing right here is practice, right?
Yeah,
It's practice. It's practice. What I mean by practice, right? Because we want our own spot. We want to have our own land. Like a lot of times people talk about like, oh, when I get my land, you know what I mean? But when you get your land, well, what are you gonna do? You think that everything's gonna come to you? Like, are you practicing what you're gonna do when you get your own land? So this is practice, you know what I mean? Having to build things ourselves, from scratch, being resourceful. That's all part of it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
big time.
And coming over here and like growing food. These are real things that we should be focused on. You know what I mean? Because if we think about it, like from beginning of time, like you know, you're just say you're just on a voyage. You know what I mean? You get to a new location. What's the first thing that you're gonna do for you and your family? You're gonna think about, okay, shelter and food. So, but in the life that we live, all these things are provided for us. But you know what I mean? That's not the life that I want to live anymore. So yeah, little by little, taking these steps to come off the grid. So yes, building shelter for ourselves. Yeah, okay, can that be done? Oh, this is what it looks like. Cool. All right, now let's start to learn about doing food for ourselves. Yeah, because if y'all haven't realized, you know what I mean, I don't think too many people still have an unwavering trust in the system, right? You know what I mean? You know that our system could fucking crash and burn, right? So these are skill sets that you need to have for self. But some of you might
Definitely.
not care about it because you feel that the government and the system is going to provide for you always. That's cool. But me, we're on a different flex. So yeah, this is practice.
And it is not off-putting.
No,
It's
not at
great.
all.
It is a lot of work, but it's also a lot of play. It's also a lot of fun. And it is learning. Like you say, it is learning, and it's great because we've got it in us. It just takes a bit of using your mind, using your body, your muscles. But everyone, I think, is able to build a basic structure.
This is manifestation right here. It's all good. All day we stay in our mind. Oh yeah, I want to do this. I want to do. But no, this is us one day at a time. One day at a time. Really building on something. You know what I mean? And this is what came out of our minds. You know. So yeah, pass it back. Carry on with the bed.
Yeah. So those black kale, I wanted to say, like, even though they've been, nibbled, you can see that they've got a lot of strength and vitality in them. There's just like already new leaves growing from the center. So I'm not too concerned about it, but it does hurt when you see this. It does hurt because
Yeah.
they become your babies, you know.
You know. It hurts, but at the same time, it lets you know that you're on the right track. If other fuckers are trying to eat the shit that you're growing,
True.
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. That's also true.
So, I know you see these things just like right here. We just put them down. We just put it down last night. It's not gonna stay like this, but just needed to have something over it. It was better than nothing. But really and truly, what we're gonna do is gonna have boards. We're gonna have, like, some pieces of wood erected right here, just nailed onto the side on the four corners, and that's gonna allow the net to just rest on top of that.
Yeah, so that's so that the net doesn't so it's not like this.
Yeah, so it doesn't affect
The growth.
the vertical growth. So something similar to this. I like this idea with the pallet, because just attach the pallet on the back of it, and now you have more options for vertical growth. It even creates a shade as well. Things to run up is carry on.
So here we have some, you've already seen the black kale here. We have some peppers, 4 peppers right there. Some runners. So now, what are they? This one is definitely...
So when you say runners,
runners. Mean? Runners, they're the pumpkins.
What do you mean why you call it runners?
They're called runners because literally they grow big and they run wild. So for instance, these, they will spill out eventually, and we'll have leaves and pumpkins all over the place. So there's one, pumpkin here. What I thought was going to be... No, it is a courgette.
It's a courgette.
No, it is a courgette. So all is well. This is a courgette, and it's a courgette label, so it's great. But I can already see a baby courgette growing.
Yeah.
Look at that. And this is super exciting, because once you see this, it's only a few days, really. Like maybe in a week we'll be able to pick it and eat it right away.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
And in the back row,
onions. Onions, man, they're essential. Here there's a whole row of leeks. So it looks a bit like the one on the other side. Leeks, peppers, still sweet peppers at the front. And we're going to have a surprise with the runners at the back. I don't know. Perhaps these are the cucumbers. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the cucumber and zucchini, they look the same.
They look the same, so...
So get them to learn them.
Okay. This I thought was going to be cucumber, but it turns out that it's not. Yeah. And this is really big, actually. The fruit is already big. So check this out, look at this. It's a baby courgette already, and these, they pop up in like a day. Like you're here one night and you come back the next day and you've got this little growth. It's incredible. These, they're just regular, long string beans. And I planted them, when I did all of this planting of seedlings. These ones, they were planted from seed and they're already this tall after a week. Yeah. So this is like the joy that comes from this. It's immense. Because you can even see that's the casing of the seed that was planted. So you can still see somehow of a bean shape that has been split in half.
Yeah.
So it's just put them in there and then nature does its own thing. Because nature knows what to do. Look at this. These are the manchoux, I think. So they're supposed to be like the flat beans. They're not going to grow very tall, but they're going to be about up to here. And they'll produce lots of those flat manchoux beans. I'm super excited about them.
And we got more beans over here.
These are runner beans. So I think these are supposed to be the long ones. I was given them, so I thought, why not? It probably wouldn't have been my choice because I guess maybe I don't know how to prepare these beans, but I've never found them that great.
I'm a fan of all beans, so it doesn't even matter.
So we'll have to remember with these ones to pick them when they're really, really young, otherwise they become too stringy.
Yeah. We got to get some type of vertical growth stuff.
Yeah,
Thing
yeah, we do for here as well. Look at this one. I'm very excited about this one as well. This is another pepper, but this one is a little bit bigger and it likes its new environment. And I know that because this wasn't here when we planted it.
I'm just letting them see real quick.
And you can see that it's like, this is our future, the first future pepper, sweet pepper. So again, I don't know what color it's going to be. And I don't know how big it will grow, but it is exciting. And around it, all sorts of carrots. Again, not sure what color they're going to be because I think it's a selection of like multicolored carrots. So I'm very, very happy about that because I don't know if you lot have ever tasted a carrot, a homegrown carrot, as opposed to a carrot that you buy from the store. You can't even compare, actually. The flavor of homegrown carrots it explodes in your mouth. It's incredible. So that's what we're about to have. And those carrots, I don't want to cook them. I want to have everything. I want to have them raw because the flavor is no.
Fire on it.
No. So I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them, but I feel like maybe grated with a bit of coriander and some of our onions chopped like really fine with some lime, and this is it. That's how I wish. And some herbs, of course, but we'll have plenty of herbs, so that's my wish. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so here we have, so this one is not full. This one has still got more room to plant more things. We were given these by the Portuguese dude on the plot.
Yes.
And he's an expert like cabbage, potato growers, right? And this is apparently a type of cabbage that grows really tall. I've never tasted that, I believe, but when I look at what they do, the Portuguese people over there, they know what they do. So I'm glad that.
Let's go take a look real quick.
They've given us.
Let's take a look. Come on. Yeah, so we just coming over to the Portuguese heads.
Yeah.
Plot, just to show you what that tall cabbage looks like.
So that's what it could look like. Look at their salads. Look at the size of their salads. But that's what we're gonna have. Yeah. Our salads are small for now, but they're gonna grow big like this.
But you see what they got. They don't fuck around. They got a whole damn gate. They don't play. There's nothing going in, so. But you see the size, the height. This is cabbage. It's Portuguese cabbage. So, yeah, we're gonna have something like that.
And we will see how we eat it.
Yeah, as we walk back through this. So this is the traditional style, right? So you can see that they just have potatoes, just tons of potatoes.
There's lots of potato lovers on this allotment. Some people have got a whole plot dedicated to potatoes.
So it's like, okay, so imagine, you see the type of land that we got over there. Imagine we just did that same thing, just a whole land.
Oh, we could, yeah, we could also do that. But
we could do that, but then we won't have, there's no space
to
walk.
To hang out.
There's nothing.
Because that allotment is also, it's not just for growing, it's also because we want we want to be able to just be here and hang out here because it's even more special than a park, It's its own little place and it's got its own little climate as well. And so with all that, then, it's London. Like how fortunate is it to be able to have like this little area? So that's the reason why I want this place I want to be here. I don't want to just come and pick some stuff and go. I want to actually hang out here.
Right. So you can see already how different our block looks to others. Well, this is more potatoes. This is just straight potatoes. So once again, yep, all these people they've been focused on their growing, they have their land. Some of them just put our stuff in the ground just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
And they've grown so much. That's what I'm. Come and see the sweet corns. So here we have the tall growers. So that's the sweet corn and the tomatoes at the back. The sweet corn, when we planted them last week, they were
Less than half the size.
okay. These were doing a bit poorly, but I think they've picked up well. They were smaller than this. And in the space of not even 2 weeks, it's like they've at least doubled in size. Look at this. Look at the size of this. Like even the thickness of the stem. It's like. So what does it tell me? They're happy. They like where they are. Yeah, and so it makes me happy. Tomatoes. Look, tomatoes. We've got 4 plants of tomatoes, and even though this is the tallest, it's not the one that's giving us the first fruits. This is the one that's giving us the first fruits. And so they're growing, slow but steady, those tomatoes. We have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 10 on this plant already. So we've got a beautiful harvest promise with those.
So this is like the setup that I was telling you about. Just did this last night real quick, but imagine 4 of these, one on each corner, and then having the net go over it. So the plant has its room to grow.
Yeah. And this one, where it looks like nothing is happening, well, there's potatoes.
Yeah.
We were told it's way too late to plant those potatoes, but what's the worst that can happen? It's worth a try. It's worth a try. We'll see. If we harvest something, then it will be, well, was it really too late? And if we don't, then we'll know that it was, and we'll learn from it. It's fine.
And yeah. All that being said, I'm glad that she just went through that like real in depth, like the growing. You see like the things are vibrant, like they're really loving the soil at the end, right?
Yeah.
The soil at the end, the soil that we made.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that video, let me see. I'm gonna put that up. As well. But yeah, so the soil at the end is we put it with a combination of like 2 to 3 different type of store-bought compost, and then mixed with regular compost, organic matter and mulch, and then put vermiculite in there to help make the water retention, make it more airy as well and loose,
And
as well. Cocoa coir,
Yeah.
help with water retention as well, make it loose, and fertilizer, some
Manure.
horse manure, proper horse manure.
Yeah,
We actually got tons more.
We've got a fresh supply.
So we put all those things together, mixed up, and then put it there. So we started with the bottom layer in the raised beds with just like a lot of like thick pieces of wood, things that will break down over time. So thick pieces of wood and stuff like that, and whatever else that you can find, mulch and leaves. But check, this is
This is the real stuff.
some new manure as well.
We got it.
I say new manure, we just got it,
Just a few days ago.
but just a few days ago.
It's actually aged just right.
Yeah. Will I get in here for y'all? Yeah, come on.
Nothing like pretty about it. It's actually like horse shit.
So,
But
boom.
it's being broken down, and when you see like all the worms that are in there,
You get a different one.
it's a really good sign. It's a sign that they're happy living in there, and that means that they help with the breaking down of the
Boom.
matter.
Yeah.
And then they leave their own organic imprint in it, which is like highly nutritious for the plants.
That's great.
So you see?
You can't remove yourself from the process, vegans. Vegans and vegetarians out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring me up. Vegans and vegetarians, you can't remove yourself from the process, all of it. Life has to occur, you know what I mean? And yeah, you could tell yourself that you're gonna grow some stuff without adding fertilizer, stuff like that, and your plant's gonna do poorly. You can check it for yourself. As soon as you put something that has like, you know, that shit in it, them blood, bones, and hormones,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Life.
Yeah,
But come on, follow me. This is dope over here as well.
this is our water supply.
No, natural water supply. So look at this.
at
Have
that.
these water lilies here that just help clean the water and everything. You know, look at that. It's amazing.
They're
Man.
so beautiful.
They just
And
they pop up.
And they close up at night, right? That's what we found out the other day.
Yeah, look at it. Look at this one on here. This one probably gonna come up.
So beautiful. So they literally come out of murky waters, like literally, like look at this water. It's not exactly like clear water, and yet you see these lilies thriving.
Yeah. Some of the wells actually have fish in it. You know what I mean? We're gonna little by little get our things going. You know, that's the next project. But I just want you to look at the function. Like, let's just stay right here. Hopefully I'm not casting a shadow. But so easily, I'll show you the different potatoes and different plots. Imagine if all this was just rammed out with just potatoes, for instance. You know what I mean? Just all over. Then like, we wouldn't have any of this space to do other different things. Like, we already got the growing stuff right there. This is still land right here. Great. The children be having fun. They be running. This is like a little game that they play. You know, they start from over there, then they see who could jump the farthest. You know, every time you go to another block, it's a further jump. So they love all that. So utilizing space for it, it's building materials, all the different things right there. But let's come over here.
I was wondering when we were gonna start talking about that.
Boom. What's this about?
Remember the compost we were talking about earlier on?
Well, let me take it off so they can see.
Yeah.
Let me take it off.
Oh, so there's a whole lot of flies. I know. For lots of you, it's like, what are they doing? It's disgusting. It's vile. Yeah.
I won't take the whole thing off, but yeah.
But
Real composting right here in the ground, in the earth.
so
Do you know?
the compost we will be able to use for the next crops is being made right now.
So we bring a lot of that food waste everybody has that they just get rid of. We actually bring our food waste, knowing that our food waste is a lot of plant-based material. So we bring it right here and put it back into the ground. You know what I mean?
All the peelings of fruits, all the
Everything.
uncooked food, all the raw materials come here. And so I was like turning the soil the other day, yesterday. So I had to lift up all of this.
Lift it up. We wet it. We wet it and just turn it over. The more you got to get better with turning it over. But the more often you do it, the quicker things will break down.
Yeah.
So rather have this in-ground composting over this one right here. So
Initially, this is supposed to be a compost compartment system.
yeah,
People just leave their waste. Yeah. This will not turn.
this is not going to turn to compost. That's just like, it's just not active. Nothing's happening with this.
And it's not being turned, and it's. Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about. Looking at the particular systems, that are going around, and even even if you're a novice on things, you could be like, okay, like, do I want to do it that way? Like, nah, maybe not. Like, so, just having just an ounce of intelligence, you could just be like, okay, now I'm doing this for myself. Do I want to do it this way? No, I could already see failure in that. Do you know what I mean? This has been here for years next to our plot. So I'm like, nah, don't want to do it that way. And let's put it in the ground.
Yeah.
To put it in the ground, much better, things will work faster, and it's in the earth already. So like all those other microorganisms and decomposers are right there with it. You know what I mean?
And it's also, I feel like, giving nutrition to the soil.
One
The soil
hundred.
that's containing.
Yeah,
That's containing it.
100.
And it's actually quite fun, like to have like a
Have a hole in the ground.
yeah, a
It's a
compost hole. Like,
yes.
and look at that. Like we just put some pallets over it, and then we can stand on it as well. So we're not wasting
And you see?
space. It's.
What are you looking at?
I was looking at the soil.
So yeah, we're not wasting the space at all. And you know what? Just even building this was great. You know what? We think that this is it's all hard work. Yes, it's hard work, but it's fun hard work. It's a hard work that I want to do. You know what I mean? Like just digging a hole. You just think about like, okay, digging a hole, that ain't fun. No, digging a hole is fucking fun.
Yeah.
Just digging a hole, like digging a hole. Like a lot of these things that we don't do, we like.
We do when we're kids, when we go
When we're kids, maybe.
But we did it this time, but there was a purpose. Like each dig, actually we were using the soil of that hole that was dug to build
Well done.
to build this.
Well done. Okay.
Those little mounds. You see?
They probably don't get it. Let me explain it again. What we mean is like we had to create a hole here, right? So every dig, so for instance, if I dug and I just scooped out a big piece of earth right here, big piece of earth, I would take the shovel and I'll put it here. So I use the same earth that we were taking up from the ground to build this raised part right here, right? This raised bank. And then over here, have some tires that are turn into a raised bed, So we planted the strawberries in there.
We transplanted them because they were here on the ground, and it was not practical at all. We were stepping on them. They were not doing well at all, and since they've been transplanted, it's like they're back to health. They've prolifered, and to the point that actually those tires, there's no way they're going to be enough for next year's crops.
No, there was some concerns about growing in tires and all that, but whatever. It is what it is. We just went ahead and did it, and they look great, So gonna build out more beds around here, like use this other existing place and build out another bed around here, and just start to use the bank to build out some more beds.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more things here.
I guess like the whole point when we look at the plot, the size of the plot, the work that we've done this year really is in preparation for next year, because this is this is great what we've planted, but next year we can have like way more. We'll have more beds. We'll have a better understanding of like how crops behave really, and how to organize our boxes.
And the work that we done within these last 4 or 5 months is we did 4 or 5 years of worth of work.
Yeah.
Really and truly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is not a big crew coming in here. This is me and her.
Yeah.
That's it. It's no one else. It's yeah. My friend Jason comes and helps me. No, it's no one else. That's it. With limited tools. Oh. Hammer, saw, nails. That's it. There's no electric, nothing. Nah, we ain't going there yet.
Are we not?
We're not going there yet.
Fine.
I told you this is going to be a long video, so like, if you're not into it, just click off. But I'm gonna let Emily go in. I'm gonna give it back to Emily so she could talk about this right here.
The raspberries. So the raspberry patch is right here. It's got loads of raspberries. So it has become the raspberry patch. It used to be raspberry and strawberries, but the soil here, it was too much of a passage and the soil was too hard. So the strawberries were not growing the way they were supposed to. And same with here. I did an extremely long session weeding these, like maybe, I don't know, a few weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, and put a lot of mulch on it to try to help suppressing the weeds. It's partly working, but there's still a lot. I still find myself weeding a lot, weeding often. But look at these. Like, oh, this one looks like it's going to be delicious.
Yeah, a few risings that just come through here. Come through here, you know. Yeah, just grab some berries, you know. 9, 10 berries straight. A lot of them are dropping them back into the ground. You know, about to start the whole process again for next year.
Some of them are like, again, it just doesn't compare with store-bought things. It's like the flavors are incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And these ones are overripe.
Yeah.
These grow so fast, the raspberries.
All right. Moving along. Yo, it's deep. At the start of this channel, what I think that I would have a over 1 hour long video about gardening. Nah, I know you probably watching this like, what's up with the yoga, bro? What's up with the? This is the yoga off the mat. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So you've been seeing different things happen. You see, with this whole setup and this whole layout, it allows us to have multi-uses, multi-purposes, right, on this ground. You're seeing anything from a raised beds to manure to the compost section to going into the mulch. You know what I'm saying? Coming over here, see what's done. The tires, raised beds, this other patch over here. This wood right here, getting ready. This wood right here, I'm gonna put another bed right here where she's stepping. There's gonna be another bed, and we're gonna put a whole bunch of beans on that. Beans on that.
On that path where the strawberries used to be.
So literally, it's gonna be like bam, something like that. You know.
A narrow bed.
Narrow bed, and then I'm gonna have a few of these up so it can run up. Something just similar to this. This is the other dude's lot. You know, another potato head.
Definitely.
You know.
He's got a field of potatoes. Anyway.
But so yeah, now we on to the platform. So yes, we got a platform out here. Platform onto the structure.
Look at that. All of this. The platform, the long platform, and look.
So multi-uses right here off rip, because yes, we want to hang out. Out here, you know, and it rains a lot in London, it rains a lot in UK. So, you know, having this already raised up, you know, we never have to worry about stepping in mud and stuff like that. We could be on here, no problem, right after the rain. Yeah. We could just be right in here while it's raining down, all good. Still do whatever movements, could train here, could bring particular clients out here one-on-ones and do that. Could do yoga sessions out here. I've already been having tons of sessions, you know, just via Zoom and Skype right here. But yeah, this is a structure. So now this was the idea first. Did I intend on building the structure? No, not really. It was going to be a big shed. It was going to be like a big shed.
Actually, the whole surface area that you can see of the platform,
Yeah.
that was the shed.
Yeah, this whole area was going to be a shed. So it was a project way bigger than we could handle. And like I said, sourcing each one of these things, like, you know, yo, it's hard to come by. Even just getting pallets. You know, don't have a car out here. You know what I mean? Majority of this stuff was moved by scooter. Scooter.
For real.
Like not an electric scooter. No, my little push scooter. Like yeah. Yeah, like that. So imagine like coming across a pallet, and then like, oh snap, okay, I can use the pallet, and just putting the pallet on the scooter, and then just coming off the scooter, and then just walking with the pallet, using the pallet as your trolley,
Yeah. So you
using
see all
the
these
scooter as your trolley.
Well, that's as many trips as it took.
And yeah, this is a long time.
So
Sourcing them was, but we won't even get into that. We won't say nothing more on that. It was fun though. It was fun, you know. I don't need the gym. You see, things that I do already, like on my day to day, is I'm getting a regular workout. But right here we are. This is multi-purpose use. So this is our greenhouse slash polytunnel. You know what I mean? Slash shed slash ganja room slash, you know, all that stuff. This is what this is.
Slash living room.
Yeah, slash whatever. You know what I mean? So how is it going to be multi-purpose use? Because well, what I'm going to do, if you come in here, so not going to bore you with all the different things that went down in here, but yeah, I did have to tear this down like two or three times, and then really just building from the inside out. Yes. Strange enough, but not strange enough. That's what we do, right? Inside out. So yeah, me not having an idea on how to do things, but having somewhat of a construction background, you know what I mean? Worked out. You know, the failing forward continuously. So what's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen right here? I left this area more open, you know, with just these beams going through, because I'm gonna cut out the tarp from the top, and put some glass on top, some glass or some clear stuff. But the whole idea is just so the sun create like a sunlight section, like a open roof. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna cut that area out and then put whatever. I'm thinking about using the greenhouse replacement covers, because those are clear plastic, and put that in so the sun could shine down on it in here. And then I'll probably put like another window right here. Just another little pocket window right here for some more sun to come through, and a little one here, but not too much sunlight, so we could use on both. So if need be, we could drop this. This drops off rip all the way down, you know what I mean? And we're enclosed. Yep. So that is dope. So just to be here, chilling on it. Come on, walk around. Let me show you in and out of it. So yeah, made it with a slope. It has a slope and it has a peak at the same time. So no water gets trapped on the top. You check the back view. Check the back. It's not sloppy work. We do the stuff around here. So when we see the down. So this is not going anywhere. I know people always talk about, yeah, watch out with the wind. It's going to blow this away. This shit ain't going nowhere, like nowhere, you know. Reinforced. It's dope. It's locked in. Aside from that, on the front, come through. Right here, there's a big 2x4 beam that I took my sledgehammer. And I knocked it about two and a half feet into the ground. Let me show you. Think it's a game. I beat the shit out of it into the ground with the sledgehammer. So I knocked it 2.5 feet into the ground, and then after that, nailed that wood to the actual structure. So I did that on both sides. Did it on this side as well. Come over here. You can see this one because this one's out. So same thing. This one goes about 2.5 to 3 feet into the ground. That's what I knocked in, and then after that, I took a whole bunch of big nails, and I drove nails into the side of it as well. So I want to do the same thing for the back. But yeah, all in all, this is what it looks like. You know, so I don't have to worry about any weeds or any grass growing through here. You know what I mean? Because we have the weed suppressing fabric under there. But these particular spaces in between the pallets, we're going to close that up with some wood, with some thin wood, just so you can close that up all together. So yeah, y'all. That
was the tour.
I gave you the big tour. I'm gonna put this on the tripod so we can sit down. This was it. This is the tour. Yeah. So future things to come. Like, look, we got tons of space. You could always do more things. It's perfectly fine. Like, tons of ideas. If I wanted to stack up and do two beds on top of each other, like, yes, could do that as well. Could put more things around the side for vertical growing spaces. Could utilize this right here, this structure, and have some lines shoot into the front, and then from there have more vertical growing stuff as well. There's so many things that can be done out here. It's just
like endless.
It's endless. It's just in the mind. Oh, hold on. You got to be close to me because here's the camera.
I just had to.
You're talking to no one. But yeah, let me put this on here. Yeah. But yo, I'm well happy about everything, and I really give thanks for being able to, for giving this opportunity. You know what I mean? Able to be out here and do that. For Emily inviting me to her space, like really. So yeah, this has been this is magnificent.
Yeah, it is.
To be out here, like let me show you my view. To be out here, this is the view. Like, you can hear what I hear. Like, it's just nature. It's just to have a place like this that you could just get away. I feel like I'm somewhere else completely, like on some island. Like, it's a different thing. So being out here for like hours at a time. A lot of times on my off days, I'm here. I could, whatever it is, 12 hours, 13 hours. It's nothing. The time just goes.
Yeah, for real.
Yesterday I came from 6 o'clock. I actually was walking. I did my session, the Rebel Yogi session. I was walking on the way over here while doing it. So I was literally on a mobile office. So everyone was walking with me over here. By the time I got over here, put the tripod on, and just kept on having the session while at. So from 6 in the morning to about 3:30, I was just out here, and it was that was just healing. That's that getaway that you need. Like,
yeah, that's it.
So to build that getaway on a regular, that's essential.
Yeah, it is. So I'm so glad I didn't give up that spot. And I was only going to give it up because I felt I couldn't look after it properly. But now it's like it's a game changer. You've contributed hugely to the transformation. And I wouldn't been able to do it alone. For the motivation, for everything, Yeah, I'm grateful. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. But you see, this is just it. Like a lot of times we can have great ideas and things that we want to do, but you know they're not supported. We don't have any support. You know what I mean, to help manifest them, and they just go. So just imagine, you know, I forgot, some dude was telling me about, like, you know, I know about the graveyard being the richest place on the world, because so many people die with those great ideas that they never got to manifest.
Ah.
Someone was just saying it, but and that's real. You know what I mean? So, like, if you have a particular idea that, is too big for you, or you feel that it's too big for you, and you simplify it, or find someone else to jump on board that could be as passionate about what it is that you want to create as you. You know what I mean? That's what it is, really and truly. You know. But yeah, I think it's a wrap now. See, I'm a frisbee there. Yeah, this is what we really get into. Like this.
This is what life looks like.
This is what life looks like. This is my shit. And it's only one frisbee. This is just a rope. I'm not playing. Who do you know travels equipped?
Playing.
Well, I am playing. I am playing, literally. So got the other one in here as well. About that life, about that frisbee life. Keep them on deck. Whoever wants some, let me know. You want some? You ready? Come on with it then. Come on with it. Pow, pow. Yeah. So yeah, that's what the life looks like. You know what I mean? Allotments, frisbee, shrooms, some yoga here. Scooting around, like full joy in your life. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't need to wait to go on holiday or some expensive ass vacation that I go in depth for. No, every day needs to look like a holiday for me. You know what I mean? You create that. You have that choice. You have that.
It's true. Like, never forget the importance of play and fun and joy, whatever it looks like for you. Just bring more of it.
100. Yeah. With that being said,
Let's create. Let's go create.